Take a look at the adventures of Mr. Rory McIlroy. It's on the 12th.
Kind of an up and down day to this point at even par, and this is exactly what you cannot do at the 12th, is come up short.
McIlroy with double bogey was 2 over. At this point, looking like he's cooked. McIlroy, next hole is second.
Laid well back off the tee, hit 3-wood. He had been struggling with the driver. I'm surprised he didn't just take it over that bunker, but he knew what he was doing with this 7-iron approach.
Getting better and better. McIlroy with birdie, moving him to 1 over. A couple holes later, par 5 15th.
Really didn't like this decision until he executed it. I just didn't think there was anything good that can happen, but you can tell the way he kind of club twirled that 3-wood. He liked it, and as he should have.
Aggressive play out of the rough, carrying the penalty area, and sets him up with a look at eagle. He would 2-putt for birdie, get back to even, and the run was on. Par 3 16th.
And hit just a beautiful iron shot into 16. It's such a difficult par 3, but having that momentum, wanting to get it back under par, he took it on.
Birdie on 13, birdie on 15, birdie on 16. McIlroy, fairway at 17.
Finally started finding some fairways, and he was able to just get aggressive with his iron play. And downwind, 17 played a little bit easier than it normally does, especially with that whole location, but he made that look really easy.
So Rory's card, it was 2 over through 12, and then 4 under his last 6. Tallied up for 2 under 70 that included 30 putts on the day. And, I mean, he bogeyed a par 5, he made double on the 12th, and somehow is able to get in under par. So some good, some bad. What stood out to you?
Well, I mean, Rory McIlroy has lived his entire career inside the top 5 in total driving. Today was abysmal with his driver, especially starting out. It's so rare that you see him make the amount of mistakes that he did. And we start here on the 6th. Rory's been hitting this sort of power fade lately. And to me, when he was hitting this fade, this was clearly off the toe. That's the only way he's going to hit this shot. When you hit a fade, the miss, if you're going to miss the center of the face, is off the heel. And that will promote the cut. That was a toe pull. Here on 10, this is off the heel, and you can just see how sloppy his transition is with that club coming out. But since he caught it off the heel, it worked out. He kind of skanked it down the middle of the fairway. But he clearly didn't have command of the center of the face, which he's usually so brilliant at.
He looked so defeated on that tee shot, even though it found the fairway.
And then on 11, again, trying to take it down the creek line and hit a power fade. You can just see this thing sniping left, lands left of the creek. That is a 20-yard miss to the left of where he's actually trying to hit it. It was not clicking. And then on 15, another example of a heel miss that works out. But again, let's go the club, sloppy in the transition. He would go on to make birdie from this position, but we're so used to seeing Rory holding that finish, being balanced in his setup and in his follow-through position, that it's shocking to see him have so many loose swings. And you know, you and I were on the call in Canada last week, and we saw the same sort of thing Friday with his iron play. He went out and fixed it after the round Friday and looked great on the weekend. So I'm sure he's out there on the range fixing that driver swing, and he'll come out tomorrow and probably leading the field in total driving.
And he had put all the puzzle pieces together for Zurich and then Wells Fargo. Didn't play his best at the PGA Championship, was top 15 that week. But it seems like now it's like he has that one day where it's just a little off, and we haven't seen him put all 4 days together like maybe a quail.
We haven't, and it's concerning a little bit that we're seeing these swing issues. But what I like about Rory and his commitment this year to playing more golf is that he's ironing out stuff as he's going. So by next week at Pinehurst, I expect him to be firing on all cylinders. And what I love about the best players in the game, Scotty does it, Morikawa, they all do. They can have a bad day like Rory did with the driver and still somehow birdie 4 of the last 6 and shoot 2 under par, where most human professional golfers will turn that into a 74 or 5.